What's up, Taylor? Daunta. This is Real Talk. Daunta and Taylor. Alright, today's show is a show that, you know what I'm saying, somebody we went to school with, somebody we real cool with. Megan Henson, she suggested that we do this show. And it's pretty much, she suggested the topic, and it's pretty good. And I think that it needs to be talked about because, dog, a lot of people really need to know about this and why this should be done. So today's topic is,
what is it?
Why parents should beat their kids.
And you should beat your kids.
Yes.
I think you should.
Yes, not just like beat them, but you know what I'm saying?
I'm not talking about, see,
we ain't talking about no Joe Jackson child abuse. We talking about like, you know.
I think like some people be thinking like, when you say beat, we mean like
just torture him and
hang them upside down, pouring hot wax on them.
Yeah.
No, we talking about belts, switches, stitching cords maybe.
Yeah.
Shoes,
curtain rod. I got beat with a curtain rod.
I used to get beat with belts.
So I don't know.
But we're gonna start off with the flaw situation of the week, and it happened to me, Taylor, and our dog Strength, but it mainly happened to Taylor. But go ahead and tell what happened.
A sociology class in Chipola College, dog.
Don't ever join it.
Dog, a teacher, I'm not saying her name, a teacher, she asked me a question, and when I tried to answer,
she asked the class a question.
She asked the class a question, right? And when I tried to answer it, dog, she kicked me out of class, dog. She told me to leave. She kicked me out of class for trying to be a good student who participates.
True
dog.
story too. This is true. We're not making this up.
This happened last Thursday. She kicked me out of class.
It would make it worse. She was like, Taylor raised his hand, asked the question. He was the only person that knew the answer to the question. Answered the question. She was like, oh yeah, I'm glad you knew that. He was like, yeah, I knew it because she's like, you know what? I want you to go outside. You know what? Better yet, don't even do that. Meet me in Dr. Sparrow's office. We'll adjust this there. And she cut the class to like a 5-10 minute class. It's an hour class. We got out of there in like 15 minutes. That includes like taking the roll and telling us all the going over what we was doing. That was just so flawed.
It was flawed. But you know what, dog? God will take care of her, dog. She would get her just due. But anyway, dog, going on to the topic, you know, why parents should beat their kids. I think there's many reasons why people should beat their kids. Not beat them, but shit, at least punish them. Whip. Yes, whip or punish physically. I think the reason why they should do that is because if a child, listen, pain can make a person change. If a child, he gets hit one time and it hurts, you know, he's not gonna keep doing what he was doing. If you sit there and say, Johnny, go to timeout, Johnny's just gonna sit there and laugh at his mama and be like, oh, what a timeout? Sure, I do my little 1 hour timeout, but I'm still going back to being bad.
I'm still do this work.
Yes.
I'm gonna get this work off.
Yes, I'm gonna still do what I want to do. But if you put down a belt,
that physical force,
dog, he is gonna realize. Johnny's gonna realize Mama's not playing. Mama's not playing with me.
It's just not alright.
It's not okay. And like, you know what I'm saying, I've been beat, you know, my parents, you know, my grandma, you know what I'm saying, she whooped me plenty of times. But they whooped my daddy, all of them. But back then I never understood why they did it, but I'm glad they did it.
And I understand it now. It's because without those whoopings, I wouldn't be the man I am today. I could have been locked up right now or doing something unproductive with my life. I'm in college.
See, now you go to the grocery store.
I'm smart.
You got kids kicking their mama and daddy in the legs just because they won't buy them a Snickers bar. See, in my day, that would have never happened though. Debbie didn't play that.
Only thing my mom might do is just look at me wrong. No. She give me that look and I already knew what was going on.
I wish I would be, but my mama about buying me some candy in the grocery store. You already know what time it was. That's it. That's it.
Hey, my daddy used to talk to me when you give me whooping.
All my daddy used to do back when I used to get whooping, my daddy, he used to just sit there and just say, you keep crying, it's gonna be more. But it never was.
No, I'm glad you said that. This is so impromptu. We ain't got no script today. We just doing what we're doing. I'm glad you said that because that just reminded me of a story. One time I got a whooping. I don't know what I was doing. I got a whooping and I was laying in my bed crying. And you know how parents always say, quit crying before I give you some more. I mean, give you something to cry about or whatever, right? I actually said, so Daddy, if you whoop me again, like I can cry all I want to. And he told me, yeah. So I took that whooping and I just cried. And he came in, he had the nerve to say it again.
And he whooped you again?
Nah, man, I was mad about it. I stopped crying because he made me mad. I took that whooping for nothing, man. That was so flawed, Daddy. I love you though. That was so flawed. I'm glad you whooped me.
My mom and daddy, dog, it's like they tag teamed on me one time when I was like 10, dog. I was showing out in school and the teachers called home. And dog, and the sad part about it was I just came out of the shower, dog, and I was in my drawers, man. And dog, as soon as I stepped out the shower and stepped out of the bathroom, dog, all I had was my drawers and the towel, dog. And dog, my mama just grabbed me, dog, and then my daddy just came with the belt, dog. And like, it's like they would just take turns hitting me, dog. My mama would hit me, my daddy would, my mama would hit me, my daddy would. But dog, you may think that's bad, that's awful as a people, but it's really not. Because they did it for my best interest.
Yes.
I didn't show out in school anymore.
I learned
they taught
to do that.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You learn your lesson when your parents do that to you. And like nowadays, like, you know, the United States government and all these other people, they sitting there saying that you can't beat your kids, it's child abuse, it's laws. You got all these agencies, you know, HRS, you know, Children and Family Services saying if you beat your kids, you're a horrible parent and you're going to jail and you're going to lose custody of them. No, that's flawed. If your kid is doing wrong, you put that level to him, and that level gonna get him right. That's gonna get his mind right.
That is all right. I'm trying to figure out what's my funniest story. I forgot. I remember we was talking about it earlier, but I forgot. Let me see. I remember last time I got a whooping. I'll tell y'all that. Last time I got a whooping, I think, I had to be in the 9th grade, I think. Yeah, I was in the 9th grade. I'm not gonna say what happened, because it wasn't good what happened that caused me to get this whooping. But I just know, by the time I came home, I used to get home before my mom. And I know by the time I came home, I was gonna be in trouble. So what I did is, I went there, I cleaned up the whole house. My room was dirty, I cleaned the whole room. I made her bed, my parents' bed up. I did everything. And I just went home and I went to sleep. So, I got up. I knew mom was home by the time I got up. I got up. And I thought everything was okay, because she ain't wake me up and beat me or nothing. So I was like, okay, everything's okay. So I went downstairs and I was getting my juice, and I just heard steps coming down the steps. You know, like I heard like the little footsteps coming down the stairs. And I was thinking to myself, should I try to run the back way and try to go to my room, or should I just, or is everything okay? But dog, she came down with the belt, bro. I got beat with my juice in my hand, dog.
Dog, did you cry?
Yes, I did. I ain't gonna lie, dog. But it was kind of funny. It was still funny at the same time. Cause she beat me with the belt, and like it was like I was looking at the refrigerator the whole time, and I was like, "Dog, this is so flawed.
Dog, this is so painful."
But like, it's okay.
What we trying to get across with this, man? You know, if you don't, even in the Bible, man, it says to spare the child. If you spare the rod, spare the child. So pretty much you're saying, man, if you spare your kid from a beatdown, you're sparing him from, you know, learning his lesson. And learning, you know, what he did wrong. You have to impact some kind of force on your children. If you don't do that, man, your kid's gonna start beating up on you. And if your kid's beating up on you, you're gonna end up on the Maury show, and you're gonna be up there crying and stuff. Then you're gonna have other people yelling at your kids for you.
And
so instead of having somebody else raising your kids, you do it yourself.
And I'm laughing at you. I remember what my funniest story is though. Dog. Okay, I'm gonna make this one short. This is quick.
Just say it.
Alright, check this out, man. I remember one day it was me, my cousin Drew, and my cousin Barn, and we was in the house, and we made some Kool-Aid. Well, me and Drew made some Kool-Aid, and my daddy was about to go somewhere. He was like, hey, y'all, make sure, okay, you can make some Kool-Aid, but make sure you wipe the counter off before you leave. I said, okay. So me and Drew, we making the Kool-Aid, Barn outside playing basketball, and we drank the Kool-Aid, wiped the counter off, everything, went back outside, jumped on the trampoline, do what kids do. Okay, my daddy comes home, he's like, Drew, Jose, bring your house in here. And come in. He's like, what is this? Kool-Aid. What I take before I leave? Wipe the Kool-Aid up. So we got a whooping. It wasn't even us, man. My cousin Bar that came in, he had snuck in and made the Kool-Aid and left the Kool-Aid out. And he knew it. And I don't think he laughed the whole time. But we got him back that night. I ain't gonna say what we did. We got him back that night.
Oh, that's
that is so fun. But I commend my parents for whooping me.
Thank you. Thank you, mom and daddy, grandma.
I love y'all.
My other grandma.
Grandmas, aunties, uncles, everybody who's ever put a belt on me or a shoe,
something,
a stitcher cord,
busted, yelled at me, cussed me out, did something, shot me
hit me in the head with a hand or something. I love y'all.
Because you know what, man, it made me better. Like, you know what I'm saying? I thank God for that, because, man, if I ain't got beat down, man, I'd probably be out there, you know, doing all kind of stuff, man. And, like, you know, and mama, you know, mama and everybody else, thank y'all for slapping me across my head when I was going to sleep in church. When I was about 5, 6 years old.
I remember no whoopings too.
They used to hurt. But dog, you know what I'm saying? That's really gonna wrap it up, man. People beat your kids.
Beat your kids.
Before your kids beat up on you. Because if the kids beat up on you, we will laugh at you.
I'm just being real.
I'm just being real. I'm gonna laugh at you.
We will laugh at you.
And if you sit there and let your kids run you, and if you sit there and talk about, like, you know, buy your kids everything they want, and if your kids are cussing you out and telling you what they ain't gonna do, it's time to put a belt to them. And by the way, my daddy, he had a name for his belt. He called it Buddy. Like, you know what I'm saying? As soon as she said it's time for me to get Buddy out, I already knew what time it was.
Nah, I ain't had no name. Man, it's just.
My daddy was creative, dog. He was tripping, dog. He used to beat me, dog. He used to be like, Taylor, it's time for me to get Buddy out. He used to get Buddy out on me and my brother and my sister, dog. And once he got Buddy out, it was over.
No, my dad used to just pick me up off the ground and beat me. Cause like, I used to try to run away, and he'd grab me by this hand and like hoist me off the ground and talk to me and be like, why didn't you do this? Dude, he's so flawed.
Yes.
But I love y'all for that, and I can't thank y'all enough. And I'm gonna beat my kids too. So, shout out, any shout out?
Shout out. So first of all, I'm gonna give a shout out to, like, you know what I'm saying, everybody, you know, people I be forgetting, dog. Shout out to Megan, dog, for this topic. You know, shout out to Rachel and Tyranny. Shout out to man, all my family.
Shout out to Sanchez for winning homecoming.
Yeah, shout out to Sanchez for winning
homecoming.
Shout out
to me because I'm selling these tickets here to Pastor Troy.
Exactly.
This weekend, $20. Holla at me.
And like everybody, man, shout out to everybody, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, shout out to everybody that support our show.
Exactly, man. Shout out to everybody who watch, man. Shout out to my boss, Mark. Shout out to Jeff Pitts.
Shout out to
you know, we got a bunch of junk. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Tavy. Hey, shout out to Tommy Stevens. He was here this week.
Yeah, shout out to my dog Tommy, dog. Shout out to Cherokee. Shout out to everybody, dog.
Shout out to everybody that's gonna.
Yeah, shout out to my homeboy Ren, dog.
Shout out to Spring Break, man.
Shout out to Spring Break, because I will be in the St. Thomas Islands in full effect, live and direct, man. I might just do something crazy down there.
I'm gonna be probably the same place, Panama City. Hit me up.
All right, man. You got the number. Inbox me for the number, man.
Inbox. Okay, listen. Yeah, that's basically all I was gonna say.
Yeah. All right. Hey, Chipley play Rickers tonight though.
Chipley play Rickers tonight.
Rickers finna get into the night.
Chipley.
Rickers finna get off tonight now.
Listen.
Believe that. Sorry, Chipley people.
Chipley. Do your thing, alright?
Let's go Rickers.
Let's go Rickers. I ain't going. Listen, I ain't gonna go cause
I'm gonna be there.
I got things to do. But listen, he gonna be there. And Chipley,
I got a night class I'm supposed to be
at. I got y'all.
I'm gonna skip that tonight.
All right, y'all.
Holla at your boy.
Hey, this one is for you.